I figure since I work on cars every day, all day, I'm just gonna record day-to-day stuff and upload that on YouTube too. They're only gonna be like 10, 20-minute long videos, if that. So here's the first one, working on this El Camino, fixing up some previous work, we'll say that. All right, so this is a 1970 El Camino that somebody put quarter panels in. And you can see they just laid them over and tacked them like every 2 inches all the way down. So as soon as this finished car was pushed out in the sunlight, all that filler shrank and you could see this line all the way through the paint. I didn't do any of this metal work, but I'm gonna correct it. And what I'm gonna do is, unfortunately, I don't know why they welded it here. I don't know any of this, it's weird. I'm gonna grind all this out level as best I can, and then I'm just gonna cut and butt the whole thing down, weld it solid, grind it up, fill this area, and repaint the quarter panels and the roof and everything. And hopefully get this car finally done for this guy. He's been working on this project for about 4 years, and we were so close to being finished, so let's get it over the finish line. So what I'm trying to do is grind off all the spot welds till it's even with this new panel. That way when I cut and butt it, I won't be trying to weld over all these spot welds and all this all metal body filler. So I'm gonna get that done all the way down, and then I'm gonna start splitting it and welding it. All right, you can see where I ground out all those spot welds, and it's almost just a clean overlap sheet of metal on a sheet of metal. You know, I'm concerned about grinding it too much because I don't know how much it's been ground before these panels were put on. But now I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting and butting. I've got a lot of it done, a lot of it cut out. It gets a little weird, just like roller coasters through here. But I stopped up here in the quarter. I'm gonna do that separate. I'm gonna open the door and get in there, and that's gonna be a whole thing. So I'm just gonna concentrate on up to here for now. So I'm just gonna continue on like this down the whole car till it's done. It's gonna take a little while, but I'll get this all tacked in, then we'll go back and we'll start welding it solid. I'm being really gentle with my tacks. I'm getting good penetration, but I am being really gentle with them. You know, and then I could stack the new weld on top of the previous tack, and it'll burn it in nice and solid. So that's where we're at. Keep on rolling. I'll tell you what, he must have started this one in the morning, and by the time he got halfway through, it was the afternoon, because he had to had a couple of beverages in his system because it gets really wavy through here. I don't know what oh my goodness, I don't know what this is. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking my cutoff wheel and I'm cutting along the seam where the two panels overlapped, and then I'm making sure they're level and I'm tacking them in. It's something that I've seen on YouTube. Fitzy's Fabrication does the best breakdown of the cut and butt, so I will definitely link him below. You should watch all of his videos if you're interested in watching somebody fix the worst of the worst stuff. He is really good with simple tools. I've learned a lot of tips from him. And then the second thing that I'm doing is, when I was taught to do this, I was taught to tack, 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 and then go in between your tacks and tack, 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 in between your tacks, you know, and keep going. But what I saw on Make It Custom, Carl on Make It Custom, is he stacks his new tack on top of the old tack rather than tacking in between them all. You go back and you stack them. And that's been working out so much better for me, because when I was just tacking in between all my tacks, sometimes the tacks would bridge, and then when you grind it, you had a lot more pinholes. With this, you can make sure that you're burning the two pieces of metal together a lot better. I like it a lot more. So I'm gonna keep rolling on this, and we'll come back when it's all welded up, and then we'll grind it. It's not looking bad. It's not looking great, but we got good penetration, I think. Some of the welds are a little ugly, but what can you do? We're getting there. And you could see, this is just above the weld. This is a piece of aluminum straight edge. The warpage was very minimal, so it won't take much body filler to level this back out. I'm pretty happy with that. Well, it sure is not the prettiest, but it's butt welded. Probably could clean up the welds a little bit more. It looks really terrible on film, but it's not that bad in person. I think the bright overhead lights are just catching it and making it look all gouged up, but it's not too bad. I think that's where I'm gonna wrap this one up today. I wanna have time to work on my Plymouth, and it's getting late. I've been at this all day. I think it's like 4 o'clock or 4:30. So I want to at least put an hour in on the Plymouth today. So this will be finished Monday, hopefully. Well, hopefully you enjoyed it. That's as far as I got today. That's a day-to-day thing. I'll make another video on it Monday when I'm back on it. Why not?